Dear Wyoming FFA, aspirations, ambitions, a hope. Everyone has at least one. We are guided by the aspirations of what could be, the ambitions of our own potential, and a hope of who we grow to become throughout all of it. I want to share a few stories, dreams that became a reality because of the Blue Jacket. Savannah was 13 years old who hoped to join FFA one day. She sat quietly in the greenhouse when we first met, as students were rushing past her, preparing for the banquet that they had later that evening. I had the privilege of knowing her in my earlier years in our organization, and her eyes would always visibly light up at the sight of blue corduroy. And yet they were always quickly lost in its potential. The potential of seeing herself wearing it, of speaking on stage, and the family it would one day give her, one that she would grow to love. Though it wasn't time yet, so she often snuck into the closet to capture a few moments, just a couple minutes, with a 1960 all-white sweetheart jacket that belonged to her mother when she was in high school. Smiling, she would take just a little bit longer each time before she would put it back. One day, I will have my own, she thought. It was her dream, and it was one jacket. Bruno was a foreign exchange student from Brazil who was thousands of miles away from his home. And yet he found another when FFA members in a small rural community welcomed him. Surrounded by uncertainty, he found peace and belonging in the organization he had never even have heard of prior to a few weeks of his arrival. He received his chapter degree and the greatest gift anyone could have given him, a home away from home, and an opportunity to have his very own FFA jacket. Stitched in gold lettering, he read "Bruno" out loud as he began to tear up, moved by the selfless act people he had only known for a few months. He made a promise to not take it off even after he left. He proudly wore that jacket even upon his arrival in Brazil, showing all he met and sharing the story that came with it. Every one of these individuals brought something different. They lived their own lives. They had their own aspirations, their own ambitions, their own hopes. Yet there was a common thread between all of them, the shared thread of blue corduroy. In the same way we pursue our dreams, we pursue the unity and connection that binds us together in this organization. I encourage all of us to do just that. And we can look no further than the people around us, the classmates beside us, and the jacket that connects us. Different dreams, one jacket. Kolesen McCoy, National FFA President, and a huge fan of Wyoming FFA.